all the
I've
stuff.
been hearing Diddy's a beast though,
He
man.
had Wale hung off the roof on some old Suge Knight Vanilla Ice type. You know what I'm saying? On some old Red from the Five Heartbeats. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man, my office
It's
hours
my
are
office.
Books. My office hours are from 9 to 5.
Hours
God, not red.
9 to 5, Joker.
Shooting the Spit podcast. We back for another one for you.
Shooting the Spit podcast.
You know what I
Back
mean?
again.
Give y'all a little quick segment today.
Couple little things we want to cover.
Hit Tyrese. Talk about Tyrese and Joe Buttons.
Tyrese and Joe Button.
Girls taking their pants off on the plane.
Sheesh. I saw a genius woman about a stash spot. That thing was crazy.
But I want to talk.
What you want to talk about though?
Let's talk about Diddy.
Diddy.
Let's talk about Diddy.
Diddy.
Let's talk about Diddy. Talk about Diddy. Talk about Diddy.
Diddy. Diddy.
Let's talk about Diddy.
Diddy.
Let's talk about Diddy. Let's talk about Diddy. Talk about Diddy. Talk about Diddy. Yo, Cassie.
Damn.
You don't wanna find out like Kim Porter.
Damn.
You don't wanna find out like Kim Porter.
Allegedly.
Cassie. You don't wanna find out like Kim Porter. You don't wanna. Let's talk about Diddy.
Diddy.
Let's talk about Diddy.
Diddy.
Black Rob.
Black Rob.
Whoa. Talk about Diddy. Craig Mack. G Dep.
Biggie Smalls.
Shine.
Loon.
Damn.
Andre Harrell.
Damn. Talk about Diddy.
Heavy D.
Damn.
Damn.
Let's talk
Kim
about
Porter.
Diddy. Damn. Let's talk about Diddy.
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 Diddy.
Oh,
what's good?
Shooting the Spit
podcast back at it
again.
again.
You know I mean, don't take us too serious, man. Sometimes we just joking,
over
man.
Here, Shooting the Spit.
Shooting
that's
the
why
Spit.
it's called Shooting the Spit.
Freestyling. It's freestyling, you know what I mean?
It's all allegedly. We don't know who did what or who didn't do what to who or whatever like that.
And respect to the dead always.
Definitely respect to everybody
dead,
associated with the situation around Diddy, all that type of stuff.
We bringing love, positivity, but we also gonna bring some jokes.
We also got to talk about brother love.
And we
you know what I'm saying?
We gotta talk about
brother love.
Brother love.
Yo, now in the past
Puffy,
couple of days though, Puffy, it seemed like. And look, I said this before. I was like, you know how like when somebody get killed at the club, they change the name, they shut down for a couple of days and open back up with a new name. Has this been the thing with Diddy? Every time somebody goes, the Joker got a new name, rebranding. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That is
I was
true.
like,
How many names has he had?
Let's sit here and think. We can't say that he's definitely associated with something doing wrong. We ain't putting that, but just the people that have died and went to jail around him. You got Andre Harrell, Biggie Smalls, Black Rob, Craig Mack, Heavy D, Kim Porter, Shine, Loon, G Dep.
Damn. Run out of hands.
You could even throw in Al B. Shore. You know what I'm saying? He ain't died, but he had some kind of weird, crazy reaction. He got a kid with Kim Porter too, if I ain't mistaken. Yo, Diddy, Tupac. I mean, I'm just saying this is what's going on. Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that this is what everybody's saying, Tupac. You know what I'm saying? So the list of bodies and numbers of years in jail around Diddy, we talking a whole bunch of bodies and a whole bunch of years Jokers did around him. He's the only one that seemed to escape.
I got
unscathed,
millions of goons
you know
on salary. That's a quote.
Man, look, and I always have heard people talk about Diddy like people like in the industry and stuff. You always have heard them be like, don't make no mistake about it. Diddy's a gangster. I always heard that.
Gangster.
As much as we talk about him and about his dancing and all that kind of stuff, is he gay or whatever stuff like that? One thing people have always said in the industry, don't get it messed up. Diddy is a G.
I heard he touched up Drake. Drake.
He smacked on that 0 to 100, I think it was. Something over that. Remember that? It was over the 0 to 100.
Yo, Diddy, we don't want no smoke. Diddy.
No smoke over here, Diddy.
Puffy, whatever, yo.
Brother Love, Puff Daddy, whatever it is.
We don't want no problems, yo.
Smoke. We just doing what we over here supposed to be doing, man. That's about it.
We trying to get more money, we don't want no money, no problems, nigga.
Exactly.
We chill.
We want more money, we don't need more problems,
you know
man.
Diddy shut shit down, have niggas with no money, more problems. Yo, we trying to get more, you know what I mean?
Imagine showing up at your kid's daycare to pick your kid up. You see Jokers over there in the black, some old big black truck watching you.
The black truck watching. Diddy done sent the goons,
sent the goons out, boy. Like, Diddy ain't playing no games. But this stuff with Diddy, man, is serious, man. This stuff is no joke. Now you got a third victim who came out, two more other than Cassie. And I'm hearing there's more coming out, but definitely 2 more after Cassie. And the thing I think is weird about this, because look, 2 things can be right at the same time. It could be some kind of conspiracy against Diddy, and he could be a monster. So I'm not defending him. Both things can be true. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where I'm at with it
Both
as
things can
well.
be true, because I don't want nobody to make a mistake like all this stuff we hear. I'm not just automatically defending Diddy, but if you think about the timeline of events with the liquor store, the liquor company thing, back in May 31st, he came out and made this statement. He said he's suing the liquor company he was working with for discrimination. He feel like they wasn't pushing his products the right way, only to the black community. So that came out in June. Just in December, he won a motion in court in September. It was 2-3 months ago. He won a motion that said that he was able
Now,
to
not to throw you off track.
uh
Can you hold that thought?
Yeah.
How are you part of the case? How much research did you do?
It's called due diligence. Yeah,
God, he was like, well, back in May
you
31st,
got to keep up with
2 p.m.
Yeah, you got to keep up with the due diligence, man.
Yeah,
I was
that
reading.
started to make me wonder. I'm like, I should have had a notebook or
Nah,
something.
cause look, I was reading it the other day. I was like, let me just look up on it. I was looking at the case, the liquor store thing. Then I read that one thing. I'm like, oh, this is making sense, because, like I said, and these people he's going against, they own like Smirnoff, Wild Creek Jack, whatever it's called, whiskey. Like they own major. This is big time stuff.
Big time.
This ain't no small. This is big time stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's going against them. So he was winning. He went to court in September. He won a motion to be able to make to keep it public. They was trying to maybe settle it behind the scenes, off the books, a private setting. So he won a motion to keep it public. That was just in September.
Right.
So now all of a sudden, this is the other thing this is why I started looking it up too, because I was like, did they make this Adult Survivors Act with the whole thing in New York going on? Did they make it for Diddy specifically? I'm sitting there thinking, how deep does this go? You know what I'm saying? Because look, also last year, they announced for the first time that Diddy was a billionaire when Kanye did when Yeezy did what it. Yeah, damn, what I gotta call him? Yay, Yeezy.
Yay, Yeezy.
Yeah, he called a Joker.
College dropout.
College dropout. When he said what he said and he took him off the list, they announced Diddy as being the new billionaire. That was around October of last year. A month later.
So that's how it is. It's like one drop off, we can add one now.
Add one on.
All right, we ain't gonna have too many minority billionaires.
But we keep one in the loop. You know, so one or two in the loop. You got Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, allegedly.
But if you act up, we will. We don't even want your money in the bank.
We don't even want your money in the bank.
You are who we make you.
They told the Joker, come get your money out the bank. That's when I was like, this is crazy. I was like, I ain't never heard nobody saying, come get $140 million out of our bank. We don't even want it. That shit is off the hook. That's a whole different level of like, that's crazy.
Letting you know, you piss people in power off, and I hope it's not the case, because Diddy's I don't want to say done a lot for the community, but as far as musically, like I done grown up listening to a lot of his songs.
Definitely.
Not that I respect him as a rapper, because he's not really like a rapper in my eyes, but he knows how to. Don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks. You know what I mean? Like,
I write checks. Nigga, don't
worry
about
stuff
if
Diddy said.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been singing a lot
I
of.
write checks. That says
mean?
it all. I write checks. And yeah, besides that, just seeing a black man come up, pushing his brand forward. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to give him that credit as being one of the first that ever done that. As far as that,
the way he did it, I think he lost his father at a very young age. Like he was in the music, like a teenager stuff. I wasn't even thinking about.
I just, matter of fact, seen the video. Was it Sheena Easton? One of them old school videos. He was a dancer in the video.
I'm gonna take care of this. I don't know.
But I was like, damn, Diddy been out here he been in the mix for way longer than we even realized. Like before he even became the A&R with Andre Harrell and him, he was in a video, like probably a couple videos probably.
Right.
I was surprised to see that. I think it was like Sheila E or somebody. Don't quote me, but it's somebody like that. But yeah, like Diddy, even back then, because regardless of all the whatever stuff people say about it or not, he definitely brought something to the table. You know what I'm saying? He bought the Bad Boy thing. They definitely Biggie and him definitely bought out this Gucci Versace stuff too. Make no mistake about it. They was the first ones that started talking this Gucci sweater stuff. Before that, Jokers was out in the hood, cool with having the Act, got the Mac and the Act and the Mac engine. You know what I'm saying? The MPV.
Tell your friends.
They're the ones that came.
My friends.
Yeah, they're the ones that came out talking this extra stuff. So they bought. Not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you know what? If you're old enough, you know what Bad Boy was. You know what I'm saying? Bad Boy was a force. It wasn't just no run of the mill. It was an actual force. So like I was saying about the whole thing with that, and then the thing with Yeezy, that was in October of last year with the Kanye, and then that year that the Adult Survivors Act was only a year long. It lasts for 1 year, so they started that last November. They was talking about it before that. If I ain't mistaken, I think they said they put it into like a bill of May of last year, so they got it they got it ready. Of course, you got to pass things like this through Congress and stuff, or the local council, or whatever. So they started getting it ready in May of last year. It went into force in November of last year. This is right after, like I said, they announced the Joker was a billionaire, and now at the deadline, at the end of this, the stuff that's and plus the stuff with the liquor, it came. Like I said, they started talking about it then, but who knows how long behind the scenes they were talking about
That they
this.
were plotting and
Yeah,
planning,
so this
creating new legislation to, you know what I
even
mean?
with the liquor, like about him suing the liquor company, he might have been talking about it. They might have already been knew that he was getting ready to do that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? By the time we heard it,
You
of
try
course,
to
it's
get him opportunity to rectify the situation before it
yeah,
even has to come to
before
this.
it came to that. But he came out with that, like I said, in like May 31st or June of this year. So I'm sure that would have been ramblings in the background probably for at least a year before we heard about it. You know what I'm saying? They probably had contact together behind the scenes, him and the company and stuff like that.
Right.
So I said all that to say, man, it's suspicious of how this stuff, because yeah, they caught a lot of people up in it, a couple other household names, but Diddy's the one that got hit the hardest with this thing. And also the thing with Cassie, that's something that anybody who was around, if that's true, they know that's something that they got him on for a fact. So the stuff she said, imagine if he settled with that, imagine how much more she could have said. Because if he,
Exactly.
there's probably so much
I'm
more.
sure that now it's a ironclad NDA that she had to sign with the agreement of the settlement.
Definitely,
She can't say
she can't
anything
say nothing
else.
else.
I'm sure those details are all undisclosed. Like that'll be locked up.
Yeah, so the fact that he jumped that quick to settle it tells us there's probably a lot more to that. But since they put her out there first and getting him to settle like that, now anybody else coming after that, it automatically seems worse. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
We saw you pay Cassie, so that means you're probably definitely admitting to some kind of wrongdoing somewhere along the line. Because if you ain't do it, why you paying? You know what I'm saying?
And a part of
Is what
me
most
is
people think.
like, was he just doing what he was taught? Was Diddy groomed?
That's a whole
I
nother
heard his
thing.
bodyguard saying that his former bodyguard, I should say,
To my Gene Deal.
yes, him, that that Diddy actually definitely did groom Cassie because of her age, how young she was.
Yeah,
And like we just said in the beginning, how young Diddy was actually getting into the game, getting around all these people, want to get his shine, want to take his family to a different level, you know what I mean? And a lot of it's through hard work, but a lot of it also is through meeting the right people. But what do these people what are their intentions? You know what I mean? They always say you go to these higher end parties, you're gonna see some
gonna
weird,
see some weird
freaky
stuff.
stuff if you want to be actually a part of what you're trying to be a part of.
Definitely. And plus, you gotta think if these people that are running stuff already do certain stuff or have been involved in certain stuff, they're not gonna bring somebody in that's not like them. They want people to be like them.
Exactly.
Even if you ain't like us, we gotta be able to make you look like
It's
you're
the
like
same
us. You know what I'm
thing
saying?
as how gang initiations used to
All
be. I
this,
don't know
yep.
if it's still, but you gotta commit a crime, or you gotta do something.
We gotta have something on
So
you,
now they got something on you. You
bring
just,
you in.
you
They
know
don't
what I
just bring
mean?
you in like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta it's all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it and plus I just seen somebody else saying something too about the Diddy thing with the whole thing. I can't think of who the hell it was, but along the lines of you saying like the whole the partying and stuff like that. Was it Jamie Foxx? Something about somebody said recently about just all this type of stuff, what was going on, and they were saying like, yeah, this definitely happens because this is just how they operate. You know what I'm saying? They want to
Yeah, there's no way that this stuff, as much as we've been hearing about it through the years, like all these parties and stuff, they have to happen. You know what I mean? Like
definitely. So
you got to be in quote unquote the right circle, or you got to want to be willing to take it there. If you don't want to go that far in your career, then you know what I mean. If you don't want that push, that machine behind you, all that, you can still try to do it yourself and do. But if you really want people in
really want to do
power,
it.
you can make a phone call, shut people down. Like they said, how Diddy shut down Wendy Williams when she got on his bad side.
And like
She
all this,
went.
they definitely like when they say blackballing, people be like, "Oh, blackballing sounds too spooky and stuff." Like maybe nowadays it's harder to blackball somebody because it's just the internet. If you're undeniable, you're undeniable with
Right
certain stuff. You
now,
know what I'm saying?
everybody can see
But
you.
back in the day, when only certain people controlled everything that was coming in and going out, it was easy to blackball somebody. It didn't even have to be a whole big conspiracy Illuminati thing. It could have just been as simple as you just making one exec mad, and he's friends with other people who are doing the same thing he's doing. All they gotta do is be like, yeah, I don't mess with him or don't mess with him. It's as simple as
Don't
that.
even give you a shot.
Don't even give you a shot, and it could be as simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
Things weren't like they were today. You can't go on Amazon and order all the equipment you need to set
Yeah,
up a
exactly.
studio.
You can't just make a studio in 20 minutes. You got a whole studio in your kitchen, in your yard. I mean, in your kitchen or your bedroom or something like that. Put it right on Spotify or Sound, whatever
Yeah,
people are
so
putting
kids
out.
this day and age, they might not understand
Yeah,
exactly what we're talking about because when they're growing up, you got everything at your fingertips. But there was a time, just even somebody getting studio time, you could be at home writing to a million instrumentals, actual on a CD. But then, like, how I'm going to record it? Where I'm going to record it at?
can I even afford to
Can
record it?
I
You know what
even
I'm saying?
afford to record it?
A lot of things kept a lot of people out of the game back in the day. There was a lot of different barriers to keep you from being able to just wake up. Now you a rapper. You wake up tomorrow. Everybody's like, you know what I'm
Much as
saying?
your bars was gonna go to the lunchroom and the cafeteria,
Word up.
that is about it.
That's where they should have stayed at. A lot of them. You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden now you can make everybody's a goddamn rapper now and stuff like
Everybody
that.
just put on whatever. Just how we just shooting the spit in the beginning. You know what I
Yep,
mean? And
same
like I
stuff.
said, that's freestyle. Some things we say people might take it as negative, but it's really freestyle. It's not written down. It's not, you know what I mean? And we ain't even editing it. So
We just coming in
to all
just
the
on.
people we did name, I definitely want to say a R.I.P. to them.
Yeah,
You know what I
definitely.
mean? All the ones that had passed away.
We didn't even mention like Mace. He didn't die or go to jail or nothing like that, but
Yeah, but I
he did
mean,
bounce. You know what I'm saying? So
Diddy has a lot
everybody
of
around him, man, was
negative relationships with a
a
lot of
lot of
people
negative
that were
relationships.
around him. So that's definitely I don't want to say a telltale sign, but that's everybody can't be wrong.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
everybody not
Everybody
gonna
can't
say
be
the same
wrong.
thing about you. Everybody's not. But yeah, like back to this thing with this it ended on what the Thanksgiving night, the Adult Survivors Act, and they got them two more chicks in there just in the nick of time. So now he's fighting this liquor lawsuit thing. Now this really ties his money up. He got to worry about two extra lawsuits he's dealing with now. No telling what else might come out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was just sitting there saying. Two
And
things.
there's no the way they do it. There's no like where's the statute or limit? Like people just keep coming. Like they're gonna try to Bill Cosby him the way I see it. The last
They
thing I
already
read
are.
about a chick
They
was
already are.
talk about 3 decades ago. I'm like,
1991 or something like that. That was crazy. Like him and Aaron Hall. That's like the latest one. It's like
right.
that's my thing with all this stuff. It's just about when so much time has passed, it's hard to prove you didn't do something, and it's hard for somebody to prove you did do something. So where could like how is that even something that should be? I don't know, man. But yeah, that's Diddy got some problems on his hands, man. Now they talking about a brand new bodyguard came out. Um, Now he's saying his part. You know what I'm saying? Which if this ain't coordinated, I would just say he got the worst luck in the world. I mean, goddamn, everybody coming out now. I mean, Gene Deal been out here, so Gene Deal like
Right.
he been out here, so you can't say nothing about him. He been doing what he's doing. He got his own thing going on, but everybody else is just like the timing
I've
of it.
been wondering about that as well. As long as Diddy's been in the game, and like I said, a lot of behavior is taught. Everybody knows behavior is taught. People always think it's taught when you're talking about a child and an adult. But we're also talking about behavior is taught when you're a young A&R looking to move up. Well, this is how you get in the ranks. You know what I mean?
This is just how you.
Some women they gotta sleep with a lot of guys. They gotta do this, and when they're on top, do you do the same thing?
Yeah,
Because that's how I was taught. That's how you get on. That's how.
that's just normal. And let's just be clear and be real about it. Back in the days, I mean, stuff like this, the stuff they're doing now with this certain stuff with the workplace, like this stuff just went on back in the day. It
Right.
was nothing for a dude to just say something to a chick at work, like maybe not actually go put your hands on it, but it was nothing for you to be like, oh, how you doing today, sexy? You looking real nice today. You smell good. Your perfume stuff like nowadays, you can. That's a crime.
That's a crime.
You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't always like that.
And another thing, they couldn't foresee what the future had in store. Like they couldn't foresee the technology that
Yeah,
we're at now, the
definitely,
space that we're at,
definitely all this
where
stuff.
everything is just so accessible. You can reach out and touch somebody. Celebrities aren't really celebrities anymore because you see their daily lives. When we used to see somebody that was famous, it was really like, yo,
A real famous
yeah, it was like
person.
a
You know what I'm
real
saying?
thing. Like
A real
you're not
person.
seeing them all the time, and now it's just like you don't even know who's famous.
Yeah, it's like
This
just sometimes you be seeing like these little rappers and stuff. I be like, who the hell is this? This Joker got a whole cult following. Sometimes like people I never even. By the time I heard some rapper, sometime
selling out shows,
they
put you be
selling out.
like,
You be like, who is this little dude? But he's a whole celebrity in his like his little small little pocket. You know what I'm saying? But Everybody else, he ain't nobody. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I
Like,
feel like that's the same. Like a lot of like the YouTube artists and stuff. Like I don't watch a lot of TV, so like I watch like people like Big Ja, Manx. Give a shout out to the
yeah.
L.A. boys.
Who's the
Um,
funny dude? Skinbone, I think his name is.
Skinbone, Chicago, corporate business.
Desi Banks and all them type of
Oh yeah,
people.
so I watch a lot of them.
Yeah.
So people might be like, a lot of them, they're not in big movies, they're not, but they're doing their own thing. It's a whole new wave out
A
here.
whole thing
Those are
coming.
the people that I watch almost every day. So it's like, what's really a celebrity now?
Yeah.
Like I'd be more excited about seeing one of them out because I actually follow them and watch them all the time than seeing somebody that I only see in a movie every other year, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some people I
It's not
watch
even,
every single day on the internet
even
now.
like Country Wayne, he got like a whole movement going. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
Country
he got a
Wayne, Mike
whole thing
Bless.
going. Like, and he's killing it. Like, people like that.
Shout out to them. I watch Country Wayne all the time. Rolanda and all them. So
Like certain people, remember back in the day, you see a celebrity like I knew a chick one time that went on the Jerry Springer show when I was younger. She's like the first person, not maybe not the. I mean, we grew up around a celebrity, so it's,
right.
you know what I'm saying. To us, it's a little bit different stuff like that. But knowing somebody like one of my friends who's on Jerry Springer, and that was like a big deal going around like the school for a minute. But stuff like that now is like a wouldn't be nothing. I don't know, like it's just it's hard to explain if you're not from that time period. It's just not the same no more.
It's
So
not the same, and that what I was saying is that they couldn't see that.
yeah, they couldn't
So
see
they
it from
didn't
that.
know like all this was obviously, you know what I mean? Think
Definitely,
about the times in 1991. Half of the people didn't even have a cell phone.
definitely.
It's not you're not contacting people. You're not it's not widespread texts, group texts going out.
None of that type of stuff.
So
If you was lucky to have a car, I mean, we was like I said, we grew up around celebrity and like that kind of circle. So we seen pe- adults around us driving Benzes, having phones in the car.
limos.
We used to go to Dorney Park and places in limousines, like all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we're used to stuff like that, but that wasn't normal back then. You know what I mean? So that was like a whole different type of atmosphere, man. So and now a lot of people who were holding on to those days like of thoughts of fame and stuff like that, a lot of these people now are bitter. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people that was hanging around, maybe certain chicks you thought was gonna blow up.
Right.
You sleeping with the celebrity because of just being around is good enough. But now 20 years later, you're like, damn, he's still out here killing
He's
it.
still out here killing it. Now I'm just here with
Every
my.
time I see this mother effer on
I
TV,
got
he's
three baby dads.
3 baby dads. I'm down and just doing bad. You know what I'm saying?
And they
Getting these
might not
food
even be
stamps.
doing bad, but they
Maybe
not
not, but they're
where they
not.
want to be.
They're not where they thought they would be at.
And they not happy for you.
And he's still out here shining. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. I kind of rambled about
I
it.
mean, they should have played it like Tyrese's ex-wife. They played it wrong. I mean,
Speaking of Tyrese, so we go right into Tyrese then.
a
Segue into
little
that.
segue into that, like.
Segue into Tyrese. Man.
But yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think about Diddy too, man. Cause like I said, I'm still on the fence about it. A lot of me is like a lot we always hear about Diddy is negative, but I mean that comes with the territory as well. Everybody, he been around so long and still doing stuff. He's not a person who really took a break.
Yeah.
So he's just been like in the limelight. Like he likes work. He's a workaholic. You can tell he's a workaholic. He been had money.
He been going nonstop.
He could have been chilling.
He been busy. He out here blowing jokers' cars up and everything. You know. Allegedly, that's what they said.
Allegedly, dang, I ain't even hear that one. So
they say he blew up. Damn, Kid Cudi, was it Kid Cudi? Kid Cudi's car.
I just want to say,
you
don't want no problem, Diddy.
Yeah, I don't want no problems with Diddy, yo.
We freestyling.
I want no problems with Diddy.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they say he blew up Kid Cudi's car. That's he hung Wale off the roof. You hear about that?
I ain't hear that.
Oh, you late with it. Oh, you didn't even see all this stuff.
I've been hearing Diddy's a beast though, man.
He had Wale hung off the roof on some old Suge Knight Vanilla Ice type. You know what I'm saying? On some old Red from the 5 Heartbeats. You know what I'm saying?
Man, my office hours
are books. My office hours are from 9 to 5.
Office hours.
God, not red.
9 to 5, Joker. Word up on some old Red from 5 Heartbeats. Hung Wale off. That's what they saying. Who knows? But that's a lot of people are saying.
Diddy's always been surrounded by a lot of rumors. You know what I mean? That's where we at with it. Sometimes some of the rumors gotta be true.
Some stuff.
Everybody ain't just making up everything, Diddy.
Yeah, some stuff
we got your back in some ways. You got some support, but when it comes with all these female stuff, I don't know what to believe. because a lot of them are chasing the bag. And now, when like the times change, like you said before, they might have not even seen a way to even get to the bag. Like I'll say this, nobody's gonna believe me,
Yeah,
but now you know how the movement is. You can say anything as long as you get a movement behind you.
and that's it.
They're just gonna keep putting the pressure on you nonstop.
It's all it's like now the court is held in the public now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I already
Public
heard.
opinion.
He bought Sean John Black back recently. I don't
No,
know if
I
you
didn't even
know
hear
that.
about. No, I
Yeah,
didn't even hear about that.
Diddy a businessman, so he
And Diddy
sold it, made a bunch of money, bought it
bought it
back
back.
for not a bad deal, and so it's still in some stores. And I heard
Probably not now though, because now Macy's, a couple
exactly
other people
Macy's.
is
I
taking this
heard
stuff.
they're not gonna sell his clothing anymore. So
You got to think there's always a lot more to this stuff. And to end it off, like I said, we kind of went backwards after talking about Tyrese. But to end it off, like I said, more than one thing could be true. It could be some big old thing against him, and he could be a monster. You know what I'm saying? Both can be true.
both can
So
be true at the same time. But
you
he
just never know.
definitely pissed some people off in some power.
Definitely.
I would say for sure.
I think with that liquor company thing, I think that's where the bulk of this stuff is coming from. You got I forgot about like the real quick Keefy D that popped up too right when all this stuff came out with the liquor store stuff, the lawsuit. That just happened like a month after that. They went and all of a
Yeah,
sudden
they're trying to close in the walls from all
went and all of a
angles.
sudden and raided Keefy D's house right after this. Then they ended up, of course, arresting him a couple months later. But this is all around the same time. The timing is just immaculate. You know what I'm saying? So that's all about Diddy.